Well, basically, I definitely want to delve into your film and the ending of it. You know, tell me a little bit about, and then I think we'll open the floor up to either film. So we're just having a little bit of everybody today. All right, great. Sorry about the confusion there.
That's fine. We can also finish.
They're like, she's here. I'm like, great. So tell me a little bit about what it was like to portray that role, because you know there was a lot of emotional depth, not much dialogue, and that was really nice because you know we definitely could feel what you were going through.
Yeah, at the beginning I was not so sure about it. There was not so much dialogue, and I talked with the director. I asked her like, does she really want to do it so inside, introvert? And yeah, and that's what she told me, like that there was her idea of doing it by that way. And it was kind of a very interesting experience for me because normally I play in the theater. It's more extrovert each time I have to play, and then she put me in the position I had to be like very inside. And we actually did a lot, some rehearsals, and I wrote some monologues, and I've been working like I wanted to create like character, but also it was just a short movie, so I was thinking like it is a good entrance for like exploring this character.
No, it was beautifully done. We could feel the pain, you know, from your character. It's not always the ones who seem like they're having like the song "Party Girl" in it. I thought that was beautiful.
Yeah,
the music.
She's a lot of my kind of look, and she wanted to make it like opposite side, which was a good idea for me, like because I thought it's nice to show also some kind of pain in a beauty look, because she tried to make it like beauty flower, like destroying inside somehow.
Well, that was great, and I'd like to open up the forum for our audience questions for either film. Yes, our gentleman in the back.
For both films, what did you shoot on? Because I thought the cinematography was great in both films.
All right, for anyone who didn't hear, for both films, what did they shoot on? The cinematography was spot on. Very flattering for our director of photography here.
We use the Canon C300 with a number of different types of prime lenses and some zooms.
We also use the Canon, but unfortunately I don't remember the number.
Well, you're the actress, so that's okay.
I remember Canon.
As long as you weren't the one right behind the camera. Now, any other questions? I'm sure we have to have tons from these films. Yes.
Yeah, I have to apologize. I didn't see the short film. I came in just at the start of the White Rabbit. I just want to commend you on the cinematography. A lot of times you start watching a film and you kind of tune out because the camera is not another character, it's something else. So I just want to commend you on that. You did an incredible job with that. And what was the shooting schedule?
We had 18 days altogether. So 3 weeks, 3 6-day weeks. And yeah, we were just trying to keep up and get as much coverage. We did 2 camera coverage for almost everything. So for me, that was a really tough thing, because to light it in a way, you know, the best angle is always just one spot for the, you know, lighting of the lens. So it was a real challenge. My biggest problem on this film was to still make it, you know, look dynamic lighting-wise, but get constant 2 camera coverage. The director really likes off-the-cuff performances, so he always wanted coverage on that.
And you could totally tell there was a lot of off the cuff. I mean, the acting, spot on, spot on. Yes.
I thought White Rabbit really made the point that killers are made and not born. And that it took the entire film and a lot of different kinds of trauma and very confusing cross messages for him to finally come to that conclusion through all the interweaving of his fantasies that were going on while he was being bullied and, you know, so forth by his father and other students. And the irony was that, that when he finally became a killer, the others had reformed. His father was now Christian, and the guy who bullied him, they were all you couldn't go back. So I thought it was a very, very interesting in relation to Columbine and other places where people can't understand how these kids do this. Well, there's a reason.
Yeah, a lot of
It
reasons.
also shocked me, like the relation between father and the boy was excellent, like really, and the change of the father, it was just amazing, and also that I felt like it was the point for the boy, like to.
Yeah, I love that scene in the bathroom where he's doing his hair and the dad comes in. I think that's so subtle, much more subtle than when he, takes him to the strip club or anything. But, just that little exchange between the two.
When was this film done?
We shot it 2 summers ago.
So this was before than some of the major shooting?
Yeah, Sandy Hook, and this was, I guess 2011 we shot.
Now, did that cause any trepidation with anyone with releasing the film, or?
No. We actually, right before the shoot started, the Aurora killing happened. So we were, obviously on edge based on that. But yeah, I mean, I think it's unfortunately a perennial kind of news story here in America. So I think it's something that, everybody sort of goes through the stages of grief and then ends up in denial and then, comes back to it again. So,
Definitely a
unfortunately,
movie
it's
that
something.
sticks with you. Like, there's certain films that just, like, the next day you're still kind of thinking about it. And I think your film, White Rabbit, it's definitely.
How long have you been shooting?
For about 15 years now.
No, but
Oh,
sorry.
the shoot was 18 days. Yeah.
Wow, whoa,
Yeah.
8 days.
I have a question right back here. Yes.
Can you tell us about the budget of your film?
The budget of your film. White Rabbit.
I'm not sure, to be honest. I know it's around $1 million, maybe, something like that. I don't have the numbers, so they don't want me to know.
And how about your film?
I know that it was financed by the school, and also just to find some sponsors. But actually, I don't know how much. I know that the school gave her half, and the rest she got from sponsors. Yeah, but I don't know.
Great. Now, do we have any other questions from our audience at all? Well, I have one last question. I think that I'd like to close the evening up. I know both of you had different, roles, different positions on the film, but on each of your films. But I'd like to know you as also someone being a part of your film, obviously creatively, but just as a viewer, what do you hope that other people who see your films will take away from them? I'll start with you. Good cinematography, I'm guessing you're going to say.
Yeah, I mean, I just hope that, people, for this one in particular, would come away from a situation like this with more than just headlines, but, maybe trying to, get past those sort of superficial ways of thinking about these kind of tragedies and, get to, maybe a more empathetic space of, trying to figure out how, something like this could, either be prevented or, at least, reduced in number of tragedies and whatnot.
Putting a personal backstory to the people that, your villain. Well, your film exhibited that very, very well. And what would you like your film?
It's hard to say because the movie is very metaphorical, and I think like everyone could find a way of understanding it. But I feel like every relationship has a bad and good times, and it's not easy to be with somebody, and to sometimes you have to really work on the relationship, and I think that the movie might give some kind of hope for everybody. I don't know.
It's New York. There's love and happiness everywhere. That's right.
That's true.
Well, I want to thank you both for making these great films for us to watch. I'm sure the audience agrees with me. Let's give them a big round of applause.